Recall training is potentially the hardest exercise to teach a dog, particularly when you have an adult dog that's already learned many times over that when it's off the lead, in the park or the woods, wherever you walk your dog, that when you call his name and give the command that he can ignore exactly what you're saying and doesn't have to respond, because there's nothing we can do in that situation to enforce the dog to respond to our command because they're such a distance away. So when we talk about recall training, we need to use some tools to influence the dog's behaviour to come to us. Now, of course, food, toys all come into play again. When we're talking about Meg, food may be a very useful tool for us to induce her to come back to us. Of course, food in dog training can be very useful, but equally, Meg is a gun dog and she's very distracted by the sense of the environment. If she sees a pheasant or birds flying or leaves blowing in the wind, those can often be a greater distraction. The thrill of the chase is far more rewarding than any piece of food that I can offer her. So in those circumstances, we need to use other tools, perhaps a long line. We may begin recall training on a lead, and there are numerous other tools that we can use to influence her behaviour as well. I've got Meg on a 6-foot lead and I'm just moving around, and when she goes a little bit ahead, I just call her to me, get her to sit, and then she can have the food reward that I've got in my bag. Come, sit. Good girl, there's a clever girl. Off we go. Come, good girl, sit. Good girl, clever girl. Off we go. Good girl. Come, sit. Good girl, clever girl. Good girl, what a good girl. Come, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Meg's now getting excited with this little game that we're playing, and she started to jump up at me, which obviously I don't like, but I don't want to start telling her off for that now because I don't want to confuse her. I want her interactions with me here to be positive for coming back to me. We can address the jumping up at another day. Meg, come. Good girl, sit. What a clever girl. Good, what a clever girl. Good girl. Good boy. What's this? Ready? You.